everybody, Joyce here with the Traveling Gamblers, and I am here with John. Hello, John.
Hello, Joyce.
And today is day 15 of 26 days living on the edge. Cruise ship, that is. And day 15, that means it is day 2 of the second leg, or our back-to-back cruise on the transatlantic/Europe trip. Yesterday, after we finished recording our daily video in the morning, we were in Barcelona. We met up with Nelson and Christina in the retreat lounge, and we just had some coffee to get our day started because we had every intention of having breakfast in Barcelona. We got off the ship pretty early. We were off the ship around 8 o'clock.
We needed the transit pass.
We needed the transit pass because we were back to back.
And the passport.
And our passports.
And then we had to go through a line and get our passports stamped for the very first time.
First time having our passport stamped ever. And it now has a Barcelona, Spain stamp in it. Then we went out to the pickup area and we found a local cab that took us to the Las Ramblas area, which is like the main center strip of downtown.
It was 12.5 euros.
And I think we tipped them $5 or €5. Yeah. So we were dropped off in downtown Barcelona, and it was about 8:30 in the morning. And yesterday happened to be May 1st, and it happened to be a national holiday. It was their Labor Day, and a good bit of things were closed. We walked down Las Ramblas, and it was just amazing. Everywhere we have gone, we have been completely in awe. I just kept saying to John, we're in Barcelona. It just was incredible.
So we needed to find a place to eat something, and there were a lot of these sidewalk cafes along the route there, so we just picked one. And it
was not good.
It wasn't good.
So one of the things that we've learned is those restaurants along Las Ramblas are tourist traps, and don't go there. Do not eat there.
Right, and the pictures that are on the menu are not
nothing like it.
I ordered pancakes. They looked like they were going to be normal sized pancakes, but they were a tiny bit bigger than the silver dollar pancakes. There were 3 of them. And trying to explain to him I wanted some sugar-free syrup for the pancakes was, I don't know what they did.
But
yeah.
We came to find out that they don't use syrup in certain parts of Europe, or all of Europe.
Yeah, they use honey.
They don't use maple syrup. Right. So that right there, right off the bat, was, confusing. So John was asking for sugar-free maple syrup, which was even worse. And we did the translator thing, but it still didn't work. He ended up bringing like little saccharin tablets
for the cappuccino.
Well, he thought that that's what you wanted.
I know.
That's why he looked so confused.
Yeah.
But I ordered a croissant with ham and cheese. It was a very thin piece of ham that you could see through, and it was like store pre-packaged cold cut ham and a slice of cheese on a croissant, and the bottom of the croissant was burnt. None of it was good. We'll just leave it at that. After we had breakfast, we walked then back to where we were dropped off, which was near the water, and we were looking for the hop-on, hop-off buses. We finally located one. So for those of you who have never done it before, there are tall poles that are maybe a foot wide and about 4 foot tall, and they have the number of the stop on it and the name of the stop. That's where you would go stand. That's the bus stop, and they go in order of numbers, the stops, and they give you a map when you get on, so you can buy the ticket right on the bus. And it was $54 and change for the 2 of us, and that ended up being less than it was for us when we were in Madeira.
Plus we had the 10% discount.
Well, I was going to say, one of the reasons is there was a 10% discount because we saved our ticket, and the person in Madeira told us about this. We saved our ticket and then showed it to them, and even though it wasn't the same company, it was still a hop on, hop off, and they gave us 10% off of our ticket. So we did that, and we went and we sat up in the upper deck and the open air. It was a little bit more challenging to record and take photos because this one had an additional railing at the top, and you'll see that in some of the pictures, because it had a retractable roof in case it rained, and that was the frame for the roof. That made it challenging to take pictures, but we were on that for a couple hours at least. Well, it was 2 hours all the way around.
Right, so we were on it for an hour, 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, and then we realized that it wasn't the line that we wanted to be on to see some of the things that we wanted to see. One of the things that we wanted to see was the Sagrada Familia, the church that was being built by Gaudi all of these years, and he never finished it. And it's still being worked on. They say that it's going to be another 300 years before it's finished. I'm not sure what's up with Spain in 300 years.
I don't know either, but it is something.
It is spectacular, and the pictures do not do it justice. On that note, I just want to let you guys know that every single city that we see, that we go to, we have been taking video and photos, and we're going to be doing a excursion, if you will, video for every city that we're going to. We just haven't gotten around to editing them and putting them up, but they will be coming. So the pictures that you're seeing are just little snapshots of some of the things, just a couple of the things that we've seen during our visit there. And so they'll be much more involved and much more detailed about what each day was in the actual city. So we switched the lines. Christina, thankfully, was smart enough to look at the map and realized that there were things that we wanted to see that were not seen on the orange or red line that we were on. Some people called it orange, some people call it red. We switched to the green line, and in order to see the Sagrada Familia, it was on the other side of the city, and it was about a half-hour drive over there on the tour bus. And then when we got to the other side, we saw two more things after that, and then we got off because it would have taken way too long to get back all the way around full circle, and we needed to be back by the ship. It was all aboard at 3:30, and this was about 2 o'clock. So we got off, and we were looking for a cab, and we realized pretty quickly that we weren't going to be able to hail a local cab. So we remembered that Christina earlier was talking about something called Cabify, and it is similar to Uber. The thing about it was I think she read about it in the Facebook group.
I think the concierge told us about it.
Oh, I thought she read about it in the Facebook group. But
okay.
In any case, the important thing about it is that you needed to put the app on your phone ahead of time. So if any of you that are going to Spain, or specifically Barcelona, and you think you're going to need a cab, you can put Cabify on your phone in advance, because you can't utilize it until 15 minutes after you've put the app on and created an account. And who wants to stand around and wait for 15 to 20 minutes after you do all that? So Christina, fortunately, again, Christina, the hero of the day, she'd put it on her phone already, and she set it up for a ride, and 4 minutes later there was a nice young man that came and picked us up and drove us back to the ship. And poor John was panicking because he didn't want to be stuck in Spain. I don't blame him. But
yeah, we were cutting it. For me, we were cutting it a little too close.
I knew that, and I felt bad. But I also felt very comfortable in us getting back in time, because at this point it was about 2:15, 2:20, and so we had hour and 10 minutes to get back to the ship, and it was about a half-hour drive. But if anything had gone wrong at all, I mean, I guess it would have been cutting it very close. But in any case, we could have called the phone number on the back of your CPAS card.
Which we didn't have the CPAS card because they took it from us as we got off the ship.
But I did take a photo of it on my phone.
Okay. Oh, excellent.
On the back of your CPAS card, this is something we found out about recently. There is a phone number for when you are in port anywhere in the world with Celebrity. If you are in port and you have any kind of an emergency situation, you call that number and they will assist you. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time we have our CPASs with us because you need them to get on and off the ship. But in this case, we didn't because we had to hand it in when we got off, and then we didn't get it back until we came back. We used the transit pass. But I took a picture of it on my phone, so I had that phone number with me anyway.
The cost for the transportation to get back was about 20 euros.
Yes.
Which was a lot cheaper than if we had the taxi because we were on the other side of the city.
30 to 35 minute drive. And he dropped us off at the door of the terminal entrance, which was really awesome. I mean, it was door-to-door service. It was great. We got back on the ship and John was relieved, and then we had to go get our CPAS card, our new CPAS card, because we were moved yesterday, as most of you know. We were moved from our villa to our Sky Suite, which is wonderful. And we were very quickly reminded at how lovely the Sky Suite is. We had to go up to the concierge in the retreat lounge to get our new CPAS cards. We did that, and we met up with Christina and Nelson in Cafe El Baccio, of course. And we had a coffee as we watched all of the new passengers on this cruise join us. Then after Cafe El Baccio, we came back to our cabin. All of our clothes and everything was transferred here from the villa. And when John and I walked in, we were very pleasantly reminded at how lovely the Sky Suite is. And we're very happy to be here. Mm-hmm. We have a magnificent view. What do we see out our window, honey?
We see the bridge, and we can see the captain when he's at the window.
We do.
And we can wave to the captain, which
yes.
you did.
Yesterday, I was standing out there and looking around, and I just happened to look up, and there was the captain looking down at me,
and
waving.
The captain knows us because we had lunch with him last cruise.
And then we chatted with him for quite some time one day as well.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Very nice.
Yeah.
After we came back to our cabin, we settled in. We were mostly unpacked because they just brought our clothes over on the racks, and we put away the rest of our things, and we went to dinner.
We went to Tuscan.
We did.
And
we really liked Tuscan.
Yeah, we did.
As one of the main dining rooms, we really liked Tuscan a lot. And Christina and Nelson really like it a lot too.
Yes. After dinner, we went to the casino.
We
had the free play.
And we played our free play, and we did okay.
Yes.
We played for the whole evening, and we ended up leaving there with $3,000 in cash from our free play. So we have money to play with for the rest of the week. We're going to play very conservatively. Right. It's not the rest of the week. We've got 12 days.
But we'll be tired because we have so many ports to go to, so we won't be playing every night.
And when we're in Florence, it's an overnight, so the casino won't be open for, it's 2 days essentially. Right. The casino won't be open. And after the casino, we came back to our cabin and we went to sleep. And here we are. Yes. Today, we are in Palma de Mallorca, and we will tell you about today tomorrow. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your support. And as always, we hope you have a wonderful day.